All right, today we are going to tackle a problem that I know drives so many creators nuts. You're making awesome content, but it's just not turning into an actual business. We're going to break down step by step how you can sell through your content without ever feeling like a sleazy salesperson.
So, does this hit close to home? You're putting in the hours, you're creating stuff you're proud of. You see the likes, you see the views climbing. But when you check your email for new clients, it's just crickets. You've stumbled into the content creator's paradox. And stick with me, because today, we're going to solve it for good.
So here's the game plan. We've got a 5-part roadmap to take you from just being a creator to becoming a total client magnet. First, we'll get to the bottom of that paradox. Then, we'll do a little tough love diagnosis on your strategy. After that, we're going to fix your profile, your silent salesperson. Then we'll rewire your brain with a huge mindset shift. And finally, we'll get you from passively posting to actively starting the conversations that actually lead to work.
Okay, so let's dive right in. The big question, why isn't all that hard work actually paying off? Well, a lot of the time it comes down to a simple but fundamental misunderstanding of what your job is. This first section is all about a critical mindset shift that really separates the pros from the people who just keep spinning their wheels.
And Christo has this amazing analogy for it.
See, the most successful creators out there, they're not hunters. They're not desperately running around chasing the next project. No, they're farmers. They play the long game. They carefully till the soil, plant seeds, and build a system that brings in a steady, predictable harvest of opportunities.
I mean, just look at the difference here. Hunting is all about stress, right? It's that constant chase, that short-term, desperate feeling. But farming is a whole different ballgame. You're building an asset. You're attracting clients who come to you because you've nurtured an audience. The whole goal isn't to get better at hunting. It's to build such a great farm that you never have to hunt again.
Okay, so if we're going to build a farm, we've got to check the soil, right? We have to look at our tools. This next part is all about diagnosis. Think of it as a little tough love audit where we have to get really honest with ourselves about what might be broken in our current strategy.
So you feel like you're doing everything right, but the clients just aren't showing up. It's so easy to blame the algorithm or the platform, but as Chris Stu from the future puts it, we have to look in the mirror first. It's time for a really blunt self-assessment.
And this is where you gotta be brutally honest. First up, is my work really as good as the top people in my space? Am I just guessing, or am I actually studying what they do that works? Are my titles and thumbnails just an afterthought? Am I just posting something once and then praying it goes viral? If you answer no or I'm not sure to any of these, then the whole system is shaky.
And this leads to a really powerful strategy, especially for figuring out where your audience is: omni-channel distribution. So instead of just picking one platform and hoping for the best, you take one great piece of content and you put it everywhere. The data will tell you the truth. You'll probably find out pretty quickly that one channel just blows the others out of the water. And it's not because your content is bad everywhere else, it's because you finally found where your people actually hang out.
Okay, now we're getting to what might be the single biggest reason this whole system breaks down. Your content does its job, somebody gets interested, they click on your name, and what they find completely kills the vibe. We're talking about your profile.
You know, Christo has a hilarious way of putting it, but it is so true. You can create the most genius piece of content ever, but if it leads to a profile that looks amateurish, it just creates this massive disconnect. It completely shatters that expert image you just spent all that time building. The person goes from thinking, wow, this person knows their stuff, to, wait a second, is this the same person? This looks kind of sketchy. And poof, they're gone.
All right, so how do we fix this silent salesperson? It's a simple 4-step process. First, your headshot. People want to connect with a person, not a logo, so show your face. Second, that big banner at the top of your profile, that's free real estate. Don't waste it. Put client logos, awards, any kind of social proof up there. Third, your description. It needs to be crystal clear and talk about the benefit you give clients, not just what you do. And finally, those featured links, that's your store. They should point directly to what you're selling, not just your latest post. All right, let's talk about maybe the biggest mental hurdle that holds creators back. It's this fear. This fear that if you teach people exactly how to do what you do, they'll just go do it themselves and you'll be out of a job. I'm telling you, that fear is costing you big time.
It really comes down to this: scarcity versus abundance. The scarcity mindset is obsessed with the tiny group of DIYers, the people who are never going to hire you in the first place. But the abundance mindset, it focuses on the much bigger, much more valuable audience, the buyers. These are smart clients. They aren't looking to replace you. They're looking for proof that you're the real deal. And your generous, educational content is that proof.
Think about it like this. Let's say you have a leaky faucet at home. You can watch 10 YouTube videos on how to fix it, right? You might even understand the whole process, but you're still going to call a plumber. Why? Because your time is worth more and the risk of flooding your kitchen is way too high. Your best clients think exactly the same way. They pay you for speed, for accuracy, and for the peace of mind knowing the job's gonna get done right.
Okay, let's recap. The farm is prepped. Your content is solid, your profile is looking sharp, and your mindset is all about abundance. Now for the best part, the harvest. This is how you actually, actively turn those engaged viewers into paying clients without ever feeling pushy or weird.
And this quote from Yasmin is the key to this whole section. You have to remember, your content is not a sales pitch. Its job is to build trust, to show you know your stuff. It earns you the right to have a conversation later. The sale isn't happening in the post itself. It happens in the DMs. It happens on the call. So how do you do this without being salesy? It's what we can call the soft outreach method, and it is so simple. When someone engages with your stuff, don't just hit the like button. Actually look at their profile. Who are they? Could they be a good client? If so, just slide into their DMs with the simplest script ever. Hey, thanks so much for the comment. Really appreciate it. Is there anything I can help you with? That's it. No pitch, no pressure. Just being helpful.
And hey, if you think this is just for people starting out, get this. This number, 600, that's how many people had recently checked out Chris Du's LinkedIn profile that he hadn't even reached out to. The opportunity is literally sitting right there, in your notifications, in your profile views, just waiting. How many opportunities are hiding in your notifications right now? And there you have it. You've gone from being frustrated to having a real plan. But listen, none of this matters if you don't do something with it. So what is one small thing you can do this week based on what we've talked about? Maybe you update your banner, maybe you check your profile views, maybe you send just one of those soft outreach messages. Pick one thing and start turning your content into the powerful, client-generating engine it was always meant to be.